there's a lot of families out here that's struggling with just going to school or low on food or something.
My relationship with my mother was very rocky. She kicked me out the house. I was living on the streets.
A lot of kids, if they're not here for a program, they're not eating that day.
The Urban League really seek to serve those who really don't have a voice or don't have a champion.
Regardless of where your station is in life, the Urban League of Rochester works to enhance the quality of life for all citizens in the communities that we serve. On an annual basis, we have direct service to over 15,000 individuals. And these are folks that are walking through our doors for help and are enrolled in program, and we're actually providing hands-on assistance to. When you look at the referrals, that number doubles, because if we can't help an individual here at the Urban League, we will do the research and we will refer that individual to an organization or a governmental entity that can provide the help that's needed. The Urban League of Rochester, through our employment and training programs, we have several major contractors in town who hire these individuals and give these individuals the opportunity to make a very good wage. And that way they're no longer dependent on unemployment or social services or any other service. They become full, productive citizens of this community.
My name is Melissa Guska and I'm president of U.S. Ceiling Corp. We are an interior contractor that specializes in insulation, metal stud framing, suspended ceilings, drywall. We've been in business 13 years. We currently have about 60 employees, and we've been working with the Urban League of Rochester since 2006. The best things that I've recognized about the Urban League is their focus on the community. They encouraged their small business program participants to utilize some of their youth that are in the youth build programs that then provided an outlet for those people to gain experience in the industry, to gain transferable skills. So they were really serving their constituents across the board in a beautiful circular model where everybody is kind of working together and collaborating in order for the greater good. I'm committed to the Urban League cause, and having been a beneficiary of their services, I'm a huge proponent of their programs. Over the last 4 years, I've hired 14 individuals from their youth build programs. So we have a great successful model of putting those individuals to work where they were once unemployed. They now can work on prevailing wage jobs and earn in excess of $30 an hour with benefits. So that's a pretty powerful way that I feel I can give back to the program. I'm very, very thankful and appreciative for the opportunities that the Urban League has facilitated for my business.
I think the words that describe the Urban League for me would include hope. And the reason for that is there are many young people that come through this organization that when they come through the door for the first time, they don't have much hope. But through the assistance of a lot of the programs that are run here at the Urban League, they get hope and they realize that they have a chance of being successful out in the world and be able to take care of themselves.
I had a traumatic brain injury when I was 14. I was on my way of being kicked out of my mother's home. I had gotten hit by a man and I was on the streets and I wanted to kill myself at one point. I was suicidal. Urban League got me out of the streets. They helped me to get a place to live. They even helped me to qualify for food stamps so that I can have food to eat, because I wasn't eating. But they helped me to just live better. I met Kingsley. He became my service coordinator. I need a job, so he got me into Vested. And now I have a job coach, and he helped me to get into a better apartment than where I was at before and get the services that I do need. So if I need help, Kingsley will do whatever it takes to get me the help that I need. Urban League gave me hope that things could be better for me. And look at me now. I'm gonna be married and I'm living on my own. Kingsley has helped me getting a job, and my mother would say that I have come a long way.
The family stabilization programs that we have run for a number of years, up to and including foster care. We work to make sure that the families have the resources they need so that their children are not placed in foster care, or if they're placed in foster care, that we can get the family to reunite them. And our success rate year after year over the last 20 years has been in the high 90%, so we know that we're effective in that area.
I have an 8-year-old daughter, I have a 5-year-old, and I have my 1-year-old. Well, after I had my baby, I had CPS involved for a little while, and after that was closed, it got transferred over to the Urban League program. Sarah's role is to help provide me with programmings for schooling, helping me with enrolling my kids in school, doctor's appointments, basically to keep me on track.
We also provide the supports for senior citizens living at home that allows them to stay in their home and not go into care facilities. So all of these individuals want to stay in their own home. And we know it's much less expensive for them to stay in their own home as long as the house is clean and sanitary, that the groceries are being taken care of and things like that.
If I didn't have Urban League in my life, I would be probably going through a lot of stuff. I just would like to thank the Urban League for everything that they done for me and my family. They were generous enough to help take care of my family needs, and I appreciate it.
The Urban League of Rochester Economic Development Corporation help people within the city buy a house, either find affordable, nice housing, safe housing, and save their money, and counsels them on how to develop enough of a nest egg that they can go out and purchase a home. And that's a significant accomplishment for a lot of people. For many people, they're the first ones in their family to have ever, owned a home.
I'm born in a small country, Bhutan, and in 1990 I was evicted from my country. I was driven out of my country. I came to India. I lived there for 6 months, and from India I came to Nepal, where we did not have electricity and running a water. And I have never thought that I would be in this sublime nation in the United States and I would have the house of my own. It is a not easy journey to go through this process. But the Urban League is there to advocate for us from the time of pre-construction until we are closed. And let me utter one name, that is Caroline. If I have not have worked with her, I would not be able to build a new house in Rochester. My 3 daughters, they are really happy. My wife is happy, she is working. So I'm really happy. I'm excited too, and it is a joyous place to live. So whatever the words it comes in terms of happiness, I have everything. I am being gifted, and the Urban League is one of the gifts for me.
The Urban League of Rochester is known as an education organization. We work with individuals to prepare them for the workforce or college. We operate the After School Academy, our Salute the Black Scholars Early Recognition Program. We also operate a program called Project Ready. We've proven that with the proper supports and counseling, along with significant parental involvement, these individuals can excel.
I first became involved with the Urban League of Rochester at the end of my 9th grade year when I was selected to be included in the Black Scholars Early Recognition Program. I just remember being at that first college fair, and when I had somebody from the Urban League grab my shoulder and say, "Hey, Harvard's over here. I think that you should go and talk to that person." That blew me away. Like, just the thought that somebody can think that little old me could be good enough for Harvard. The Urban League really made an effort to emphasize to us that if we want to go on to achieve whatever our dreams are, you have got to invest in your education. You have to take it seriously. I had the courage and the passion for my own dreams to just bypass all that silliness that I had to see as I was going about my business in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, many other people got caught up in it because they didn't have an organization like the Urban League, giving them that self-confidence, giving them that knowledge that there is a better way, that although I was born into this, I don't have to live in this for the rest of my life. And that's why I really credit the Urban League for giving me that confidence.
Business leaders in the Rochester area should strongly consider supporting the Urban League, because without a vibrant city, there isn't a successful metropolitan area.
The Urban League of Rochester is really a jewel of this community, and they do wonderful work, but they can't do it alone. They need volunteers, they need funds.
I would encourage anyone to invest their resources with the Urban League, because I do believe at the core of the Urban League's mission is the concept of self-sufficiency. They don't just give handouts to people, they really hold people accountable to help themselves. And what they do is they give them the steps and the means to be able to help themselves.
The Urban League of Rochester not only does it serve Monroe County, but it serves the 5 surrounding counties also. And the opportunities that we provide for individuals is something that would be sorely missed if there was no Urban League of Rochester. So everyone residing in these communities can make a difference by supporting their Urban League, because this truly is a community organization. It makes me feel proud to know that we, the Urban League, and staff and the board of directors of the Urban League really have their pulse on the needs of this community. And the work that we're doing is making a positive difference in the lives of those individuals that walk through the doors of the Urban League looking for service.